New polling numbers today show the Liberals and Conservatives are neck and neck. Voters were asked to rank their top two local voting preferences. The latest numbers show the Liberals and Conservatives tied at 34% support, the NDP sitting at 16%, while the Green Party is in fourth place with 8%. The Bloc and People's Party are sitting at 4% and 2% respectively. The margin of error for a survey of 1,200 respondents is plus or minus 2.8 percentage points, 19 times out of 20. For more on this, I want to bring in pollster Nik Nanos, who is in Ottawa. So, Nick, with that margin of error, even though it shows the Liberals and the Tories now at 34% each, neck and neck, there is still, it looks like from when we talked last time that the Conservatives have caught up. But is that necessarily the case? And if so, to what do you attribute that to?
Well, what we've seen over the last number of days is a bit of a positive trajectory for the Conservatives, and it was primarily on the weekend. You know, the interesting thing on the weekend is when voters kind of hang out and talk and chit-chat about things. And then the other item is that the Conservatives had their big attack ads that they were running. So what we've seen, at least on Sunday especially, was a good day for the Conservatives, and they've gone from being close to having an absolute tie. There's only 0.4 percentage points between the Liberals and the Conservatives. So looks like people are starting to tune in, and the Conservatives have a little bit of an uptick. We'll have to wait a couple more days to see if this trajectory continues for Team Blue.
Yeah, I like how you described it as a knife fight in a telephone booth. Not a lot of room to maneuver. But as you point out, whatever the Tories were doing over the weekend worked. And so do you think we're going to see that continued trend where they go after Justin Trudeau personally and directly, as we saw Andrew Scheer do just 20 minutes ago?
Well, it looks like Andrew Scheer is calling Justin Trudeau a liar basically every day and at every event. You know, Andrew Scheer came out swinging last Wednesday when he dropped the writ. Then the Conservatives went straight into their attack ads on Justin Trudeau. And it looks like this is starting to stick. We know from the Nanos tracking and the Nanos polling that we've done, only 17% of Canadians have confidence that Justin Trudeau can run an ethical government. He trails both Elizabeth May and Andrew Scheer. So it looks like for the Conservatives, first round of the campaign, they want to make this about ethics. They're going to punch the Prime Minister and take shots at him over and over and over again in order to try to create the new trend line. And now we're starting to see some movement.
Yeah, interesting, though. I also do want to focus on the NDP and the Green Party, because for a while it really looked like Elizabeth May and the Greens were coming up hard on the heels of the NDP. But the NDP seems to be widening that margin now. Why?
Well, the thing is the other thing that we've seen in the opening part of the campaign are the numbers softening for both Elizabeth May and for the Green Party of Canada. And I think it would be fair to say that for many Canadians, they looked at the NDP, the Greens at least, as an alternative, a place to park, a progressive alternative. There's interest in Elizabeth May and the Greens. There are many Canadians that like what she stands for and what she has to say, but it looks like now with a competitive race that they're getting caught in a bit of a vice grip. Where their numbers are starting to slide as there's more focus on the Green Party. So we'll look to Elizabeth May and the Greens to kind of fight back and regain some of the momentum that they had about a month or so ago to see whether they can get a little closer to the New Democrats.
Sure. We've got 30 seconds left. So when you talk about the leaders themselves, where are we sitting?
Well, in polling that will be released in a couple hours on CTV News, it will show, without getting into the numbers, that Andrew Scheer will have picked up 5 percentage points in the last 10 days, right out of Canadians who are undecided on the preferred Prime Minister measure. So his numbers are moving too.
There you go. All right, we'll look forward to that. Nik Nanos from Nanos Research. Good to talk to you as always.
Thank you.